This is the Risk Grandnovice Series, where I, a Grandmaster on the free-for-all ladder, share a lower-ranked game. From this, hopefully more people will see the game of Risk, newer players can improve their play, and maybe we'll get to see something crazy. I don't know. The main thing to take from this is you do not have to be number one to have fun. So get out there, play some Risk, and have some fun. So we are hopping in this game here. I think these are going to be some interesting settings, some fun settings. I'm happy to see that the 3 human players that are not me, or I assume human players, at least not AI, it could be dogs or bunnies or something that are behind their keyboards or their screens. But I'm happy to see that all 3 readied up. This is going to be an interesting game, or at least I'm hoping it's going to be. It is going to be on C port with 90-second turn timers, AI difficulty medium. This is ranked, of course. We are progressive, so on this smaller map, those earlier lucky trades are not going to be huge. And actually going through these settings, we missed a whole lot, so we're just going to take a bit of time to talk about what's going on in this game. So very quickly, 2 players take their bonuses turn 1. That is awesome for them. We're going to find a place to roll ourselves down. I'm actually not surprised just at the amount of first turn bonuses we're seeing, just because you saw how many like large stacks. I think I had a 7 stack on turn 1, but very interesting and cool actually to see lower ranked players securing their bonus turn 1. It's not that lower ranked players can't do such a thing. It's just awesome to see, especially on this map where I'd say play is less than standardized, just because it's not played a lot. My history with this map has always been fun. Like, I've always enjoyed playing this map, or at least I've gotten mental exercise out of playing this map, because it can be a little frustrating sometimes. But going back to these settings, so novice to intermediate, and I think we pretty much went through. It is progressive, so being on a relatively small map, we are, oh, and black actually breaks the pink player, and the pink player very emotive. So they were emoting during my time, during my turn, and now emoting during the black player's turn when they're breaking them. So those earlier trades, and actually black seems to be attacking themselves out completely. So while I thought perhaps breaking pink showed that they're going to be an aggressive player, they're going to be on other players and maybe utilizing their troops well, maybe preventing income from other players. They did not need to roll that 3-on-1. Now let's not take that too far in that they rolled a 3-on-1. That means that they're a completely different player than the first few seconds of seeing them playing suggested they were. You know, let's not go too far, but you can take something from that, in that the black player did not need to roll that extra roll there. And we'll see if patterns like that continue, because they're actually on 17 troops, while the green player on their upcoming turn holding their bonus, which is a +2, nothing to laugh at, is going to allow them to expand. The question is, where are they going to expand? Because right now they don't have a good option for that. If I am them, the green player, I'm going to stack on my, I would add 1 on one of these 3s, right? Probably this 3, because I think if you add 1 onto this 3, the orange bot is going to hit it. So I think you add 1 onto this 3, unless you think you can save this one. Maybe perhaps, no. You're gonna add 1 onto this 3, attack up to this territory, and they're going to fortify the 2 into whatever's remaining, and you're going to guard your borders with your troop income. And actually using this 3 to potentially break pink is interesting, because the pink player has been so aggressive, been playing very well, actually had 2 bonuses on turn 2 before they were broken. But perhaps they're going to hold their initial first bonus that they took, but the black player may not allow that. We're going to roll ourselves down again. If you do not know what's going on, you're saying, hey, this guy rolled himself down the first time, had no successful rolls. He's done it again on his second turn. What are we doing here? What we are actually doing is we are taking ourselves out of the game so we can watch newer players play or I don't want to say newer, but lower ranked players play, right? And how they play without being influenced by higher ranked players in the game. Because I think a lot of what we see on the internet, a lot of the YouTube videos we see a lot of high ranked players out there, and their impact on the game makes it look much different than the types of games you will see when you are playing yourself as a newer player. Or you might go into a game expecting that game to look like how it looked with what you saw on the internet, and then you're like, wait, my games aren't playing out like this. People aren't communicating very well. People aren't understanding things like threat stacks. People aren't understanding good neighbor. Like, so, like those things, we can go into this and we can just see what a different type of game looks like than what you'll normally see. And the red bot attacking all over the place. Interestingly, the pink and the black player still colliding. The green player having a bit of input there in the bottom left. And the pink player, I think in a different game, the pink player looks really good. I can imagine a very high-ranked game. People wouldn't have broken each other right there, especially on that +2 in the top area. I'm not sure that would have happened because the black and the pink player now are going to be weak together instead of growing strong together. I think in a game with a lot of higher ranked players who are communicating, and the pink player actually just moving out the black player's way, and I think that's a very good idea. The green player now cannot break the pink player because they have been removed in the bottom left there, I think, by the red bot. So hopefully they'll get to secure their bonus, which is going to be a +3 this next coming turn. It's interesting, it's a +3, but you have to hold 6 territories to have it. That's very large. But the green player now securing a second bonus and removing myself from the game. Let's get in there and let us spectate this game. Green player securing their second bonus. It is a plus. Oh no, so they have not secured. Oh, they have secured it, right? So with this bonus, it's got this external bonus. So you have to go through docks to get there. So to collect all of the territories, to hold all the territories for the wharf bonus, you have to go through docks, and I think they will continue to hold that. Unfortunately, the bot breaks the pink player, but this is progressive. So there's so much to this game that makes it different than your normal progressive game that you would see. So, of course, we already discussed how these are lower ranked players, but on top of that, there are 2 bots in this game. So the bots are going to trade as soon as they get the trades. While when you're playing with other individuals, they will often hold their trades, especially if they're lower in the turn order, to get a larger one, because this is progressive cards. So that adds an extra dynamic to how this game's playing out. Also, because these are newer players, I think we're seeing this expansion that is a slow expansion out from where you already exist, which I think you'd see on this map anyway with higher ranked players, although I think higher ranked players will also try to maybe keep an external stack somewhere, especially on larger maps than this one. On progressive cards, you're wanting to have a larger stack that you can use to be in a striking position, but also to be guarded from being removed, and to hopefully prevent being card blocked. So the green player in a great position. They may actually grow faster than the trades grow and be able to take this game. But the pink player so resilient, retaking their bonus. Black player now holding the original pink bonus. Let's see if everybody can work together. The green player rolling an 8 on 2. That's 100% roll. They should take it. And if I am them, I take that, but then I back off, because orange being a bot might have a trade on 3 and might just roll it anyway with the troops they're going to get and putting it on that 6. So let's see if that's what happens right now. If it is, then the green player will be just a little bit more vulnerable than they were prior. And actually, with that trade coming in, they might just break the wharf bonus of the green player. No, they rolled down, not breaking the wharf bonus, although the orange bot could still do so, and looks like they will. No, they rolled left. Oh my gosh, this bot. This bot being a little too friendly to the green player. Very fortunate for them. Where does the green player go from here? Do they trade on 4 or do they wait? So if they were trade on 4 right now, they were always going to get the second biggest trade if this was a standard game. So by trading on 4, if pink doesn't, then they're still going to end up with the second biggest trade. If pink does trade, then because the orange bot traded earlier, they're going to end up with the third largest trade. And actually, the black player very much overextending to break one of the bonuses of the green player, although I think the green player is going to be able to bounce back very quickly from that. If we've seen anything in this game so far, it is that this map somehow allows for the ability to bounce back. The red bot there could have broken the black player, but chose not to, still attacking around, trying to secure their bonuses. It looks like we largely have bonus taker bots in this game, not bonus breaker bots, but that's okay because we have bonus breaker players. Pink player holding on to their bonus. Very fortunate for them. We'll see how they choose to expand from here. It almost looks like they're trying to secure a second bonus. I do not recommend that because their first bonus is just so vulnerable. They should not anticipate holding this. I assume the green player is just going to retake and hold. Interestingly, the green player does hold a bit of a guard here on the 5, meaning if somebody wants to eliminate the red bot, they have to come through here and up here and have enough troops left over when they get to the 5. And trades are just not at that point yet. And actually, the green player making themselves vulnerable to the red bot if the red bot has a trade on 4 and chooses to break, although that is not the pattern we have seen so far. Just very vulnerable the green player is, in a very fragile position, but still in a strong position. I think if they're able to hold, that's awesome. Are the players who are breaking going to run out of steam before the green player grows too large? Meaning the green player is going to continue to grow faster just because they're holding that +2 than the black player can break, although the black player is holding their +2 pretty consistently now. What does the black player choose to do? Do they have a trade on 4? Eventually, these card trades, I think, are going to catch up to people. We are not seeing eliminations come out. We're not seeing anybody really lining up to eliminate other players. So, and we've just had the early card trades. We've just had one early card trade from orange. The other 3 human players have held so far, and the red bot has traded. Remember, the green player made themselves vulnerable up here. Are we going to see this roll? We are not. So still consistently, this is a bonus taker bot. So as we get into the first round of trades, we might see individuals break each other. Okay, wow, pink actually coming out with the +10. I did not anticipate them to hold Pier and Cove, but they do. And maybe the green player should not have allowed that because remember what happened earlier? I do. See if the pink player remembers. And the pink player possibly trying to line up on the red bot. I think that is very unlikely, and they should not. Gonna have to get all the way over here. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Remembering that the black player is going to have a trade on 5. Will the pink player not hit the black player, allowing them to get those 2 bonus shirts, possibly put that trade on 5 into the pink player? Very crucial. I like that the pink player did not remove red from here, because then green could have swooped through and removed the green or the red bot. Although if the green player really wanted to, they could remove the black player right now, take that trade, and see what they do. So actually it looks like they're removing the orange bot. I do not agree with that, just because that's not going to give them a trade. If they're going to try and take the green bot cards, oh my gosh, going into the pink player, I think the green player had an excellent opportunity to begin a sweep of the game. If they had just removed the black player, then they could have gotten that forced trade in, then removed the orange bot, which I think would have given them another trade in, and then sent that in to the pink or black player, probably the pink player, the pink or red bot, probably the pink player, because you can always take the bots in the end game. See what the black player chooses to do. Getting the largest trade in so far, although maybe green, thinking more long term, they are now on 5 cards. So perhaps going to use those 5 cards to remove another player with this 11 stack next. We'll see if that happens. They could do so if they removed the red bot. They would get those they would get a trade in from those cards, a forced trade in. Not a bad idea. This is a big moment. Does the pink player have a trade on 3? If they do they remove the red player? It would be hard for them to do that, and probably not worth the cards. I would say absolutely not worth the cards, just because they're not going to get a trade in off the back of that, and they'll be very weak. Do they just retake their 2 bonuses and sit very threateningly? They're attacking a lot. They could choose to put a lot of pressure on the green player, attacking, hitting that 22 into the 11, breaking both of the bonuses, but we do know the green player is going to have a trade on 5 right after that. And it does go in. It's a decent roll. It's not great, but it works out. The green player very mad, and we'll see if that 3-on-1 is going to work to break the final bonus of the green player. It does not, so green will continue to hold a bonus. Both of them emoting quite a bit, but it is to be expected. We saw the green player break the pink player, so why wouldn't you expect someone to come back, right? That's just how it works. Unfortunately, I do not think the green player has the mechanics within the 90-second turn timer to eliminate the pink player, and even if they were, it wouldn't be worth it for the cards, right? So what does the green player choose to do here? Pink player saying oops, but what does the green player have to fear? Perhaps a trade from black on 3 or red on 3, but really pretty much lining pink up for a feed. So, or should I say to be fed to another individual. We could see the black player come through and do like a reverse sweep, not expected. If we see a trade from 3, the trade from 3 comes through, removes the red player, and then continues on to remove the pink player, and then you hit green. Maybe not a guaranteed sweep, but maybe black's best chance so far. I do like the black player keeping most of their stack active. We see the red bot does not have a trade, so this is a great opportunity for them to be eliminated for 4. No. 3 cards, an unsuccessful roll from the red bot. The big part of this game now is, does green have a trade on 3? If not, the black player just in a great position with 4 cards could eliminate the red bot, could eliminate pretty much anyone on this board right now. Maybe the green player. Well, let's see what they choose to do, how far they attack out. That would change the situation on if it's worth it to attempt to remove the green player for the black player. Very unlikely, but we do know still the pink player not going to have a trade on their next turn, so the green player really has very little to fear. Green player relatively safe from the black player. The pink player though, and the red bot cannot say the same for please remove the red bot right now, black player, and then run through, sweep this game. You can do it. All eyes are on you. An interesting route to take. The black player going through the green player. Looks like they will be. I'm not sure if that is the best move. Green player perhaps saying good game, indicating they have a trade on 4, but I'm not sure the black player needs to be too afraid of that at this moment. Perhaps the black player stops right now. Holds their huge no, so they continue. I was going to say if the black player wanted to, they could hold their +7 and just let the green and pink player continue to collide, but no, the black player now getting involved. Still, the black player could hold a 3-point guard on these 3 huge bonuses combined. You see a +7, a +2, and a +2. That is amazing. Amazing for the black player. And the black player smart, not opening up the 15 right here, so it cannot go backwards. It can only go forwards. We'll see. Actually, at this moment, so I was going to say this 15 was actually blocked off from getting up to this 5 up here, but since the pink player has opened it up, the green 15 can come through and break the black player. We'll see if these two players, the green and pink player, can put their differences aside and go into the red player, or sorry, go into the black player, but I don't think they have to, because the green player can now remove the pink player and secure at least second. So if they want to do that, that is an option that is on the table, but doing so will likely give them the second place, not the first. While teamwork, if you can trust it, may be able to secure green the first place. Actually, it looks like green will be going into the black player. Green, you should absolutely not 2-on-1 right now, because the black player is going to have a trade on 5, and I have a feeling that's going to go into you, even though it'll probably be more worth it to remove the pink player for their cards. We'll see what the black player chooses to do with their trade. Oh no, so the green player also hitting the pink player, breaking them everywhere, essentially feeding them to the black player. This is black's game to win. Let's see if the black player can set aside being hit there in the bottom right by the green player and just remove the pink player first, get the trade in from the pink player's cards, and then remove the green player. Looks like the black player cannot set that aside. Green player saying, why? I fed you the pink player, just remove them. Unfortunately, that's not the way the black player has chosen to handle it, and they're welcome to handle it however they see fit. And we see what's happened. Are we seeing like the reverse? I mentioned the reverse sweep before. Now we're seeing the reverse feed. Now, the black player absolutely could still remove the green player. They have the troops to do it, although it will not give them a trade. And then if the pink player has a trade on 3, they could then sweep the game. What is going on? This is something. No, stopping. Keep attacking. Keep attacking. This 18 needs to come down and through. Oh my gosh, 8 troops to remove the final 10. The black player is going to need amazing rolls, and actually they have a 3-on-1 for the green removal, and it is successful. Oh my gosh, a 5-on-5 and then a 3-on-1 to take the game. Well, at least to take out the green player, and then the 18 could have done that very easily. That did not need to happen. But what happens now? Does the pink player have a trade on 3? The black player allowing the pink player to hold the peer +4 bonus. Every troop is going to matter right now. The pink player needs to attack everywhere. The pink player needs to make themselves very hard to be removed from the game. I think mechanics could pull you through right now, but otherwise, equal mechanics, this game will probably go to the black player. Pink player not able to break as many bonuses as I'm guessing they would have liked to. They get on their turn just in troop income. More troops than the pink player has total. So if pathing is true from the black player, this will be the game for the black player. They're very aggressive strategy at the beginning, bullying pink out of their bonus and taking it for themselves. And then, wow, this aggression paid off, which you don't always see aggression pay off in the game of Risk. Very interesting. We'll see if the splits are correct. They are. The lines should be good. This would be very hard to mess up for the black player. So congratulations, good game. Number one, good job for the pink player having such resilience to hold on into second place. All right, that is awesome. Black player, please keep attacking. Maybe doing some math on how exactly they should attack, the pathing they should take, but they have plenty of time. Good game, black player. Let's get into the in-game screen here and then into the players so we can see their ranks. Very little diplomacy this game. We had a novice, beginner, and intermediate, a nice spread of the 3 possible ranks that could have joined this game. So this has been the Risk Grandnovice Series. Remember, you do not have to be number 1 to have fun. So get out there, play some Risk, and have some fun.